Carjacking, armed robbery, kidnapping, and finally felony murder, all with gun charges enhancements there, all 18 counts, all guilty. 17-year-old Ihab Maslamani, now a convicted felon on a long laundry list of counts. He did, in fact, not display much emotion in any of this process, kept showing his attorney that he didn't really understand much of it, didn't know why he was in so much trouble, and insisted, apparently, that he was not responsible for the murder of the young man who was killed in this situation. And so after this was all over, clearly a family drained with emotion came out to speak to us. We talked to the victim's mother as she left the courtroom.
You have that little bit of doubt, yes. You do. You do. But it didn't. It didn't.
Justice prevail.
Absolutely. Justice prevail. It's a relief. It's a huge relief. We're glad it's over. Didn't surprise us at all. He showed no emotion throughout the trial whatsoever. Just try to think of Matthew now in a beautiful light rather than the ugliness of all this. Because Matthew is beautiful.
I can't imagine what they were going through in this, sitting here, having to hear all the testimony about just what a cold-hearted, terrible person that defendant is. And hearing live what he did.
They did sit through quite a bit of testimony, certainly ugly testimony about their son's assassination. And now that this trial has ended the way they wanted, they will in fact have to sit through another. 17-year-old Robert Taylor also facing similar charges in the same actions. They say they will be here to hear all of that testimony as well. Reporting live from Mount Clemens, Bill Proctor, Channel 7 Action News.
At least they have closure in this first case. I mean, we saw tears, we saw hugs. I mean, so many family members. I mean, you don't want to say elated, but at least some relief from their son being murdered.
Yes, they were, in fact, pleased because they had sat through so much of it. And this was, in fact, a very difficult day indeed for them, because this was a day when the jury asked a number of questions, at least 4 times today. And once on the previous day, they asked for either clarifications or to examine bits of evidence. It was a day when they spent a number of hours, even past the business hour today, to come to this verdict. But they were quite sure and all unanimous in their decision that this was guilty across the board. And they are very confident in their verdict.
Yeah, more to come, but at least one chapter is over for them, and they can start a little bit of healing. Thank you much, Bill. Dave?